everybody. What's going on? Long time no see. I'm sure a bunch of you are probably wondering why I haven't done live in a while, because I don't want to. But the main reason I'm on here is I've been watching a lot of stupid YouTube videos lately about Star Wars, Solo, and blah, blah, blah. The last video I did was the video I called Rest in Peace Star Wars. You can check it out on YouTube. I've made it free forever. Only because of the fact that, you know, nobody really supports my page for Patreon, so I figured I'd give away my videos for free just to see if it would get some traction. Anyway, the main reason I'm on here today, and I've seen a lot of videos ripping apart Last Jedi, I'm here to clarify something. For those of you that haven't seen Last Jedi, turn this video off now. I'm about to give some spoilers, major spoilers actually. If you haven't seen The Last Jedi, you're not missing much. But I am here to defend it. I can't believe I'm going to say that, but I'm here to defend it. The reason being is because a lot of people have ripped apart the ending of Last Jedi, meaning the scene where Laura Dern, I can't remember her name in the fucking movie, Laura Dern turns around and, yes, this is a spoiler, and destroys the main ship with light speed. Everybody keeps on arguing the fact that that is not possible in the Star Wars universe. It is. And you know what? I have actually been watching the original trilogy. And it's going to get dark because I'm going to play the video clip from Star Wars. Star Wars, the original Star Wars, where, as you'll see in the scene, it just got dark. Pay attention, guys.
How long before you can make the jump to light speed? Take a few moments to get the coordinates from the Navi computer.
You kidding? The rate they're gaining?
Traveling through hyperspacing like dust and crops, boy. Without precise calculations, we'd fly right through a star or bounce too close to a supernova and then it injured something real quick, wouldn't it?
Did you guys get that?
Take a few moments to get the coordinates from the Navi computer.
You kidding? The rate they're gaining?
Traveling through hyperspacing like dust and crops, boy. Without precise calculations, we'd fly right through a star or bounce too close to a supernova and then it injured something real quick, wouldn't it?
Did you guys hear that? So in other words, even though I hate Rian Johnson and I hate everything that Last Jedi stood for, that little remark that Han Solo made in the original film makes sense. So, why nobody has ever thought of doing this to destroy battleships? Yes, I agree with people when they say that that's ridiculous because they've never thought of doing this in the Star Wars world. But when you hear that, it makes sense. Because he says it right there in the original Star Wars. So for those of you out there that have been bitching about this, shut up, okay? Mind you, I'm with you all when it comes to bitching about the rest of the movie and where Star Wars is headed in the direction it's gone. But I am not going to defend people who say that that is impossible for what Laura Dern did at the end of the film of Last Jedi. Just that clip right there that you just heard from the original Star Wars says it all. Granted, yes, they should have done more ships like that to end problems, as I've heard other people say. But there you go. So that's all I have to say today. Short video. For those of you that don't like Last Jedi, I'm still with you. But that just proves your theory right out the window. So for those of you who are arguing with the fact that Rian Johnson used a spaceship to go through that, your argument is invalid. That's it. Thank you. So I will talk to you guys soon, and have a good day. Bye-bye. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Just wanted to come on here real quick and tell you to go to realityradio101.com and check out my show, The Morgado Show. It's live. Later. A gentleman drinks his beer out of a cup. Yes, hello ladies and gentlemen. What's going on? For those of you who've seen Cobra Kai, some blatant advertising right there. Cheers. I like it because it's in a stubby. Welcome to the show. You're watching the Morgado Show Unleashed on Facebook Live. My name is Morgado. I'd like to think that you all know that by now. Oh, you know, advertising never allows people to drink in a commercial, which to me has never really made sense. Hello. You guys are probably wondering why I haven't been on Facebook Live in a while. Let me tell you why. It gets a little frustrating when you release videos and you don't get any traction or views, especially when it's something that you're kind of passionate about, which sometimes, I shouldn't get passionate about certain things, but I mean, certain things do get me riled up. And I know I've been talking a lot about Star Wars lately, and the reason being is because of the fact that it's just gotten to a point now where it's just become just silly. I've seen so many posts and so many things about it that it's just gotten to a point where, it kind of gets to you after a while, especially because I'm so invested in it. I know it was only three films, and the underlying thing about all of this is what bothers me the most about it is the fact that nowadays there's a lot of things lacking when it comes to films, and story being the most important thing is lacking the most. There's been a lot of movies that have been released that have just sort of been in a almost like a fast food kind of environment where it's sort of like on an assembly line, and it kind of gets to you because a lot of these movies nowadays, there's no real storyline to it, which is what I'm boiling up to, or not boiling up to, but ramping up to. I actually thought of a concept for a movie. And it's a horror film, and not horror film, and very complex in nature. There's a lot of thought that I actually put into this. I've been thinking about it for the past week, actually, and it's sort of growing on me the more I think about it. And it obviously nowadays, when it comes to films, a lot of people are afraid to invest. I'm not here to beg for money. I will promote real quick my Patreon page, which is patreon.com/DFH Studios. Oh, Chantal, hi. Long time no see. But patreon.com/DFH Studios is where I'm going to be starting to try to see if I can get some kind of fundraising for a potential film. Like I said, it's a horror film that I've thought about for the past week. This is a brand new thing that I came up with. I had a concept many, many years ago, and I've got 4 pages of a script written, but those 4 pages, yeah, looking back now, it was a good concept, very good concept, but I'm thinking of just kind of going with my new concept because this one's pretty fucked up. I ran it by Gary tonight on the show, and he thinks it's actually pretty interesting. Oh, Dave. Hi, Dave. I saw your reaction earlier to my video. He says, dude. Yeah, sorry, man. That was just sort of a little teaser thing. And Chantal says, I work too much. It's been a while. You know what? That's what I'm doing here is I've worked way too fucking much. I needed a night off, which explains why I started with this. This will be my 3rd beer. Hung out with my friend Nigel, and I want to thank 3 people right now. I was sort of depressed for a while, which explains why I didn't do any videos. I'll get back to the movie afterwards. Dave says hi, or hello. Hello, what's up, buddy? But yeah, it took 3 people to kind of get me back into the right frame of mind. And those 3 people are Lady Shannon, my darling Shannon. She had to put up with probably the worst part of it. Gary Labar and Nigel Lewis. which congratulations, by the way. He just came back from Montreal, and he was at Montreal Con, which I wanted to go to, but obviously money has a very big effect on everybody, and obviously you need money to survive. And I have been literally working my ass off non-stop, not getting or reaping the benefits of working all the time, because my job relies heavily on almost like a commission base, which I'm sure you guys know what I do. And it's unfortunate when that commission base doesn't follow through. So in other words, you don't get business. And I've been going out every single fucking night and not getting really much in return, which is becoming a little frustrating. I needed a night off, so I called my friend Nigel up tonight. I finished doing the show, and I called him up and I said, let's get together. And it's been a while since, we've just hung out and had a beer. And I will be getting together with my lady Shannon soon. Thank Almighty God. We haven't seen each other for a while, which kind of is a little taxing on me as well. But yeah, it sucks when you're not in the right frame of mind. And that's pretty much why I came on here now, because obviously with the help of those three individuals and that, this is my third one. Awesome. People do different things to get their mind back in order. I don't know what you guys do. Feel free to share what you guys do to get your brains back in order. But depression is a serious thing, man. And I wanted to talk about that because I've dealt with that for a long period of my life. And it's thanks to certain people that bring me out of that state, depending on the time frame. I mean, I've had many people in the past who have helped me deal with it, not knowing that I was feeling that way. But it was just one of those things where, nobody really knows what's going on with other people until somebody actually mentions it or brings it up, which a lot of people don't, because they keep it all built up inside. I've been described as being a thermometer. I'll never forget this analogy. Someone told me this many years ago, and I 100% agree with it, because you let shit build up to a point. Oh, Chantal says, amen. Yes, it is. It is. Absolutely. You let shit build up to a point. You just everything just keeps building up, and then eventually you just snap. Wait, there you go. That sounded better. And that's the problem. Especially doing what I do, and a lot of people do what they do. It leads to a buildup. Not one thing will trigger you off, which explains why people go fucking crazy, because not one particular thing will set you off. It'll be a series of things that will eventually just make you just see. I do it better on that side, not so much on that side. But a lot of people don't communicate. I know I didn't. I never do. I always pretend would be the best word. I always pretend like everything's okay. And yet, deep down inside, there's some crazy shit going on. And a lot of people don't, they don't voice that. They don't say that. They don't admit to it. And that's the unfortunate part. I used to do the Facebook Live videos almost as a way to sort of deal with it. It was sort of a little bit of a release, and just be able to just come out and just babble and just do whatever. But, when therapy doesn't seem to be working because nobody's watching your shit, obviously, it takes a toll on you. And it kind of affects you because, you think that, oh, yeah, people are going to watch this stuff and hopefully my message will be sent out there. And then in the end, it's not, and it's a big disappointment because you hope that it will be, and it doesn't go anywhere, And it is thanks to Shannon. Shannon helps me out through a lot of this craziness, but she doesn't know she's helping me. That's the funny part. Again, I always try to make myself out to be like everything is okay, everything's peachy keen, always smiling, you know, and it's a way of coping with, you know, the fact that, man, life sucks, man, you know. And, you know, I've been chastised by people because I say I don't want to bring children into this world. But after the shit that I've gone through, and I haven't even been through that much considering what other people have been through, it's not enough for me to want to bring somebody in this world, you know. And I'm shocked, you know, that a lot of people don't feel the exact same way I do, because it's a misery, man. Like, I mean, some people deal with the craziest shit. And especially nowadays, everybody's so fucking miserable. It's just getting to me, man. And, you know, I mean, I know I harp on Star Wars all the time, but the fact that I bring it up is because movies, just movies in general, are what make you escape from reality. It gets you into another dimension, if you will, because it gets you out of this fucking grind that sucks terribly. Oh, Chantal says weed helps. Does nothing for me. Does nothing for me. It's never... This helps. But then again, this can also be a deadly poison as well. So, anyway. Third beer. I'm going to probably have another one. I needed it, to be honest with you. But, I mean, just going back to the fact that movies are a release from the common day bullshit. And... you know, I know I harped on Star Wars a lot, but there's other films that people nowadays are sort of just feeling the same effects that I'm feeling for years. It's just when that escape, when that false reality has been kicked in the teeth, it hurts. You know, and even though it may not seem like, you know, everybody calls it fanboys and all this other bullshit. No, it's something that's held dear to the person, because that person feels that it's a way of getting rid of all the stupidity and watching something to get your mind off of shit. Case in point, and I haven't seen this movie in a long time, and I'm so glad that I put it on because I forgot how fucking amazing it was. I'm talking about Team America, and this is the third time I'm mentioning this. Team America is fucking funny as fuck. And it's just a great movie. It's just funny, you know, and you just sort of like, you watch it and you laugh, and that's what it's there for. That's what these things are there for, to make you get your mind off of shit and make you fucking like laugh and have a good time and just enjoy life. You know, the little things in life. When I first met Shannon, she was doing this thing on Facebook that was called the appreciate or 100 days to appreciate the little things in life. And like Chantal said, weed. I wish it had an effect on me, but it's never really done anything for me. So the legalization of weed means nothing to me. Mind you, because it's going to be available, maybe, who knows, I might try it one day again just to see if it does anything. It does nothing, man. It doesn't get me high. It doesn't, I mean, I'm always relaxed. I'm always in a relaxed state. I mean, especially right now, I'm chilling out at home. But weed doesn't really do anything for me, you know. But, I mean, who knows? One day, maybe I have to try it on my own. Maybe I have to try it at home and just kind of be like, okay. Maybe it's because I took maybe just 1 or 2 puffs from other people's joints, which probably didn't really kick in. But everyone's always like, oh, you did it wrong. Bullshit. I didn't do it wrong. I did it exactly the way they described it to me. You know, they said, inhale, keep it in, and then blow it out, you know, just, and then didn't really do anything for me. I actually have a problem with this whole weed thing, but at the same time I don't. Because the more I think about it, people who smoke weed generally don't cause problems from what I've seen. The people that I see smoking weed, all they do is they get hungry. That's it. And then they want to eat. And that's it. They're not violent, you know, so I don't see this weed legalization being a problem. But if anything, this is more of a fucking problem, because then you get the fucking morons out there, which obviously I deal with on a nightly basis, and they don't know how to control it. This is my third one, but then I've spanned it. When I went out, it was like 1 o'clock. So from 1 until now, this is my third beer. And I can actually handle my alcohol pretty good. You notice I'm still speaking. But it's just weird how alcohol has more of a fucked up effect than weed will ever have on anybody. And, Chantal says, we a peaceful bunch. Yes, indeed. I know a lot of people who smoke weed, and they don't cause problems. You know, it's the people that don't know how to control, especially when it comes to alcohol, because people just don't know when to stop. I mean, I've been doing this since I was 19. Obviously, I'm 43, so do the math. I've been drinking for quite a while. I didn't really drink that much until I got into my late 20s. So I was like 24, 25 when I finally decided to get drunk. But you go through that phase, you know, you go through the drunk phase and you go through the stupid phase. And then you go through the I don't want to get sick anymore phase. But alcohol, I think, is more dangerous than weed will ever be, and yet that shit's been legal for years. So, anyways, I'm curious to see what's going to happen. I mean, if the government makes it cheap enough, or LCBO, if LCBO manages to make weed cheap enough, who knows? But I got a bad feeling, I know this is going to sound funny, but I got a bad feeling that they would probably sell the crappy weed. I don't think they would sell the good stuff. Apparently there's different types of weed. Am I right, Chantal, in assuming that? I've heard of skunk weed, and I've actually smelled that shit, and apparently people say that's the best stuff, but it smells like skunk, you know, and it's like I got people coming into the car all the time, and I'm like, dude, you smell that shit? And meanwhile, it's them. You know, I don't have the heart to say you stink, but they do. Anyways, but I mean, going back to the whole depression thing, you gotta find ways to, I guess, combat it or fight it, however you want to put it. My way is I need time. I'm one of those types of people that I need time to get my shit together. So in other words, if shit's kind of like boom, 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 everything's sort of fucking knocking you over, I sort of need that time to sort of get my shit together and sort of get my brain back in order to keep going. Case in point, this video. I haven't wanted to do a video for quite some time. After I finished editing my videos, I was thinking that was going to be the last one, and I was just like, you know what, I don't want to fucking do this anymore. But then I sort of started thinking to myself, well, fuck, maybe I should. Number one, it gives me something to do, so it keeps me occupied. And number two, I think I provide entertainment, maybe, every now and then. Do I? Chantal, you're watching. Do I? A little bit? Maybe? I don't know. Well, actually, no, that's not you. There's somebody else there. I don't even know who that is. Who is that? Will it show? Oh, it's Dave. Why not? I just fucked up the video, but let's see if we can add him on. If you don't want to join in, I'll totally understand. Okay. Let's see if we can add Dave. I know that he was watching my video earlier and kind of gave me grief for it. I was only on for like 30 seconds, but whatever. Okay. Doesn't seem to be working. But Dave, thank you for watching, brother. You're probably bored over there. That's probably why you're watching me. Mind you, it is, middle of the night, so I'm assuming everybody's probably sleeping. Nope, doesn't seem to be connecting. But I'm sure the volume is all messed up now, as it usually is when it comes to Facebook Live. But I do want to thank those three individuals, and thank you, Dave, for watching, and Chantal for watching as well. I appreciate you guys watching. But when you do these videos and you don't get anybody watching, that kind of stings a little bit sometimes, It's like you'd like to think to yourself that you're being entertaining, and then when nobody watches, it's like, Anyway, there was actually something I came on here to talk about as well. There was another thing. It's not coming to me right now, but, fuck. My brain literally just went. But anyway. So yeah. I was feeling a little bit under the weather, and I didn't feel like doing my show last week. I had a cough happening, but what actually happened, I hope Gary doesn't see this, I wasn't really feeling motivated to do the show. And if you do see this, Gary, I'm sorry for the lie, but I wasn't really feeling that great anyway, so I just said, I'm not going to do this. Doing the show tonight did help. It helped a little bit. Because a lot of times by doing the radio show, it again, it's a way of sort of escaping from the bullshit. And people just, especially nowadays, people just need to fucking relax. There's so many fucking people out there who are just looking for misery, and they're looking to start shit. And I've noticed that more and more every day. People are always so uptight about all kinds of things. And I think the problem is nowadays, more than ever, people need to stop being so fucking touchy. People need to just enjoy life and not take things so seriously and grow up a little bit. Okay? Because I've seen some of the dumbest shit, and I'm not even talking about Star Wars, I'm talking about other stuff. And I've seen so many fucking things that have just bothered me because so many people are just freaking out over the dumbest shit. Case in point, I just saw a video online from Tasty. I don't know if you guys have seen that page on Facebook. It's basically they just make food and whatever. And they had a bunch of guys who were drunk, and they tried some fast food. It's a funny video. See, that's why I'm rolling my eyes. It's a funny video, and that's what it's supposed to be. A funny, entertaining video. It's just a bunch of drunk dudes who are trying different fast foods, and that's it. I saw the comments, and I'm sitting there like, people, seriously, can't you guys just take a fucking joke? Okay? The other day, this is actually a few weeks ago, they had an article on some model. I forget her name right now. Supermodel. I forget her name. They were saying how like sexiest people or blah blah blah. And I look at this article, and at the bottom, in the comment section, it says something politically driven. And I'm just like, what the fuck does this have to do with what the fuck we're being shown? And that's the problem. A lot of people nowadays more than ever, they will look at, here, I'll show you. They'll look at this beer, okay? And I'm just talking about a beer. And yet they think of mice. What the fuck does beer have to do with mice? Nothing. And that is the problem. Everybody is just so fucking like over there. I don't even know where the hell I'm pointing. But they're just over there in their thoughts that they're not actually looking at what's in front of them. And the problem with that is that they go online, these SJWs as they're now called, social justice warriors, go on, make their little fucking statement, computer warriors, I'll call them that, computer warriors, because if you see them in fucking person, they're the biggest pussies on this planet. But you get them behind a computer, they'll talk some shit. And they just want to bring up their shit to fuck everybody up. Like I said, I'm showing you a beer. They would talk about mice. I don't know what the fuck they would say about mice. Don't care. I'm talking about beer. Who gives a fuck about mice? What do mice have to do with beer? Nothing. Maybe they eat the wheat, but who gives a fuck? Bottom line, these people will come on and start talking about shit that's on their mind, on their agenda, and they'll start fucking blah, blah, blah. Has nothing to do with the fucking matter at hand. And everything just goes upside down. You know why? Because they start bitching. And then you get social justice warrior over here who decides, oh, I'm going to jump in on this conversation. Has nothing to do with beer. And I've actually seen friendships broken up because of this. Nigel, you know what I'm talking about. Saturday Night Live, remember? Sorry, inside joke, I'm sorry. I don't know if Nigel will see this, but if you see this dude, you'll understand what I'm talking about. And people just go off over there, right? And then you're sitting there going, just wait a second. I was here talking about beer, enjoying a beer, and you're talking about mice. And I'm sitting here like, okay. And then, you know, Bobo 1 will talk about mice, and then Bobo 2 will come on. Notice I say Bobo because they're a bunch of fucking clowns. Bobo 2 will come on and start talking about fucking the fact that they hate mice too. Or what do you have against mice? And then Bobo 1 will say, how dare you insinuate that I hate mice? I don't know what the fuck these fucking people think. But you see what I'm saying? They get into this fucking argument over here when the initial topic was over here about beer. That rhymed, by the way. Oh, and the guy in the video made a very funny point about Olivia Newton-John Travolta. I didn't get that at first. I actually had to think about that. But he goes, the names together actually work together, which is really fucking weird. And he goes, did they do that on purpose? And I'm sitting there like, hold on, I have to actually think about this. So Olivia Newton-John Travolta. Olivia Newton-John, John Travolta. Get it? Mixed together. Okay. All right. Well, we lost Dave. Sorry, Dave. I didn't entertain you as much as I should have. So I'm going to take a chug of beer. I'm wondering if people even know that I'm online, man. That's my curiosity. So let me see here. Let me just go on and check Facebook real quick. Oh, I guess there's a couple of people who reacted to the video. Right on. Thank you. Much appreciated. All right. So here we go. Somebody who probably must have come on for like 2 seconds and then, I got to mention this real quick. For those of you that don't know, Twitter does this and Facebook does this if you add a certain app to it. Let me see if it'll highlight on the name here. Oh, yes. Yes. Social Fixer. For those of you who don't know what this is, I'm going to tell you exactly what it is right now. Twitter does this, and so does Social Fixer, but you have to download it on, what's the browser I'm using here? Firefox. I don't know if it works for Internet Explorer. I don't even know if any people are still using Internet Explorer. But what you can do is you can download these apps, and what happens is you can actually block certain words from Facebook and Twitter. I'll tell you the 4 words I blocked. You ready for this? Here we go. Donald Trump, Justin Trudeau, and Trudeau. Those 4 words I blocked. I'm thinking I'm not the only one. But in other words, if you put in those words, whatever words you decide on, you will not see anything related on your news feeds, Twitter and Facebook, related to or with the word that you've chosen in your feed. I did this when I was in my state of depression because I was sick and fucking tired of seeing this bullshit constantly. And I wonder how many people have actually done this as well, because to me, I think that's probably a very smart thing to do, because this way you don't have to put up with certain things that you don't want to see on Facebook. And I hate to admit this, but I've actually unfollowed a bunch of people because of certain things that they've posted. When you're not in the right mind frame and you see stupid shit all the time, unfollowing is not like blocking. Unfollowing is basically almost like, no. I don't want to see your stuff anymore. It's not because I hate you. It's not because I'm pissed off at you. It's because the stuff that you've been posting, I don't want to see. And case in point, I've seen some friends in particular who have posted nothing but politics. And it gets to a point, you see enough politics and you lose your fucking mind. So I don't want to see that shit. So in other words, instead of unfriending you, which God forbid if I fucking unfriended somebody, I've had past experiences, which I'm not going to mention names, who I've unfriended and led into a fucking nightmare of shit. But if you unfriend people, it turns into a fucking disaster. At least for me. I don't know about you guys. Some of you guys probably have no problems unfriending, no problem. But when it comes to unfollowing, which is a very, very cool thing, and on Twitter, you can actually mute people, which I only discovered recently. You don't have to see the stupid shit that they constantly post. So I'm sure that some people out there have probably done the exact same thing for me because I was posting videos like crazy. But when you don't want to see something, if you're in a really bad fucking mood or if something's just not right, mind-wise, you can do these things to help. Sometimes they do. Because when you're constantly bombarded with those 4 words that I deleted, it gets to you after a while, dude. It really does. Or anything, personally, anything political, I can't stand. But I will read every now and then, depending on what the topic is. But when it comes to those 4 words, and I've chosen those 4 words carefully because some people won't write Donald Trump. They will write just simply Trump. Or in case Justin Trudeau. I hate both of them. Okay, let's be honest. I hate them both. So I wrote Justin Trudeau, and then I wrote Trudeau because sometimes people will use their last names and all that kind of shit. But when you don't want to get depressed, that's probably a good idea to start blocking some fucking words. Because some words, man, if you see the wrong shit, you sit there and you're like, oh, dear Christ, not another fucking post. And those 2 names, I've seen more posts from people than any other fucking thing. You know what, though? There's 2 words I never thought I would ever use. But there's 2 words that I'm very tempted to use. And that is Star Wars. Because as equally as this shit is affecting me with the whole fucking politics shit, those 2 words are now starting to get on my fucking nerves. And the bottom line is, as I said in my Rest in Peace Star Wars video, it's gotten to a point where I don't want to see this shit anymore. I don't want to be depressed anymore when I think of something that holds dear to me. You know, I don't want that anymore. You know, and that's why I wasn't depressed because of Star Wars. I was depressed because, like I said, I'm a thermometer and everything just... But when you see constant bullshit, it's good to unfollow people, you know. And there's some people, when they do these posts, I've noticed a pattern with some folks. When they do these posts, it's usually for a limited time only. Which, if that doesn't make any sense, I'll explain. So let's say they decide to post on a certain topic, like Star Wars. There you go. They'll only post about it for maybe 4 or 5 posts, 6 posts, 7 posts. And then it's like, you'll never see them post about that shit again. That's why I unfollow people. Because there are certain people that have done that. And it really gets on my fucking nerves. And then what I'll do, and this is something I've been doing a lot as of late, I'll go back to their profile. And actually, you can actually unfollow them for 30 days. That's another option you have as well. So I'll go back, or I'll unfollow them for 30 days, thinking, okay, after 30 days, they should be over this moment that they're having. So I go back after 30 days. If I see that after 30 days, they're still in that mindset or that sort of mentality, I'll be like, okay, it's official. I'm unfollowing you. And I've admittedly done that for a few people. Sorry. Not the guys who've been watching. Like Dave, Chantal, you're safe. You're fine. And I noticed James. There you go. I saw a like. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that, man. Oh my God, James, how's it going, bud? Yeah, I kind of told James about a little weird thing that I was having the other day as well. James knows that I've been through a few of these little moments, enough for me to stop doing my radio show, which I'm not planning on doing. I have no intentions of doing that. But I did need some time to get my brain focused. Tonight was a funny show. I had a great time. Gary and I were talking about a whole bunch of different things, and it was just fun, and just, and that's why I do the show, to have fun. So hold on. Let me have a beer. Ooh, again, if you've seen Cobra Kai, right, you'll get it. That's the only reason why I bought the beer. It's because of Cobra Kai. Actually, no. Honestly, no. I'm not even going to show the label. I bought it because of this. Stubbies. Back when I was growing up, my dad used to have those all the time, man. And I miss Stubbies because you actually, believe it or not, get a tiny bit more alcohol in the Stubbies than you do in a regular bottle of beer. And you know how I know? Look at a regular bottle of beer, compare it to a Stubby, you'll understand. Anyways, so, oh, James, hey. I just saw that. Cheers, buddy. All right, right on. Dude, we have to get together. And actually, I got to get together with a lot of people. And I've actually, again, not really in the right state of mind. But that's one of the reasons why I haven't gotten together with people. Because, again, going back to the whole depression thing I was talking about, when you're not in the right state of mind, you can't, mind you, again, thanks to Nigel, because hanging out with Nigel tonight and having a real talk, because Nigel and I, we always have the best talks. Oh, I got to mention that real quick, too. Sorry. I know I'm going off on a whole bunch of tangents here. And, James says, you hoser. But when you have an intelligent conversation with somebody, and that's why I've gotten along with Nigel for so many years, it really helps, because intelligent conversations, and especially because of the dimwits that I pick up when I'm doing my thing, half of these people don't even know how to fucking talk. Like, some of them, you hear the dumbest shit. I've heard conversations in the back of my car, and I'm sitting there like, do you people actually talk about this shit? Like, I could talk about movies for days, but when it comes to some of the shit that I've heard people talk about, I'm like, okay, really? This is what you're talking about in the back of my car? Well, dude, I've had people argue. Anyway. Okay, so, fuck, what was I talking about? Fuck, I forgot. I had another topic that I've actually probably changed my subjects a million times. Oh yeah, the show. Yeah. I was basically talking about the whole depression thing. And friends, when you get the right people, it does help. Especially when you're in the wrong state of mind. And my advice to people who are going through depression or going through some kind of mental whatever, the best therapy is actually talking to people and communicating. Even though you may be depressed, you don't have to admit it. You don't have to flat out tell people, because a lot of people get kind of turned off by that, or not turned off, the wrong choice of words, but they get sort of afraid or intimidated by it, and they don't want to talk to you because they're afraid of what you might say. Turn around and just basically try to get your mind off of things in order to continue going. That's basically my bottom line. That's the bottom line, son. Because those people, even though they don't know, they are helping. James, you are one of them. Especially that email you sent me the other day, which I really appreciate. You know what I'm talking about. It all depends on the right people you hang out with. And I've been meaning to hang out with people, going back on that. See, I'm catching up. My brain sometimes goes over there. Anyway, so when you hang out with people, it does help, because a lot of times it just gets your mind off of things, and that's sometimes what you need to do. Case in point tonight, which is why I'm on live right now. I don't even know how long I've been on here. Don't give a fuck. I feel like grabbing another beer, actually. If you guys want to join me, fucking let me know. Yeah, man, friends Friends help, man. Hanging out with Nigel tonight really helped me out, and talking to my lady, letting out my frustrations, even though she had no idea. It helps, man. And that's pretty much what I'm saying. If people feel off, which it does happen a lot, you gotta find a way to get back on the horse. I was actually done doing the videos. I didn't want to do any more videos. And here I am. So thanks to those 3 people. Sure, I'll throw you guys into the mix too, whoever's watching. James, Chantal, and Dave. It's the people that what's the word I'm looking for? It's the people that encourage you are the ones that help. And I don't know. Am I talking out of my ass? I could be. I don't know. My ass is down there, so could be. Anyways. Oh, Joe! Joe, how's it going, man? He gives me a thumbs up. Actually, Joe was definitely one of the ones that was helping me as well. So I can't forget that you helped me that one time as well when I was doing that video and I was bitching about, all the same shit I'm bitching about right now. And then Joe was there and he helped me out as well. So, brother, we got to hang out too. There's so many people I want to hang out with. So many people. And because I work all the time and I work nights, sometimes it's very difficult. My schedule is pretty fucked. I'll basically give you my schedule right now. I go out, I'll get up before midnight, go out, do my job, come back at around 6:30, 7 o'clock, depending on how everything's going, and usually hang out, go brain dead for a few hours, watch Team America, or Star Wars. Excuse me. I actually watched the original Star Wars. You know how refreshing that was to watch the original Star Wars again? After all the garbage that we've been fed for the past fucking 20 years, I guess, to watch the original trilogy. Notice I said original trilogy. That's the only trilogy I'll watch. Those are the only Star Wars movies that exist, in my personal opinion. It helped. It helped. It actually helped. Because I watched those movies and I'm like, wow, so that's what a movie is supposed to be. I just noticed something. Hold on, my battery's sort of dying here. Let me pull my cord out. Hold on. Let me see if I can plug this in. All right. I didn't realize I was chatting that much. For those of you that are out there, as I say on my show, feel free to chime in. If there's anything you guys want to talk about, let's talk about it. I don't want to talk about Star Wars, but I feel like grabbing another beer, to be honest with you. Actually, I need food. That's definitely what I need. I got a nice pork chop sitting in my fridge. And I got to admit, though, I hate to sound conceited, but I make the best pasta. Just saying. James, awesome. He says, wow, this is deep, Del Maria. Why are you saying my full name? Friends are the best way to fight depression. Yes. Yes, they are, dude. And yeah, I do appreciate what you said to me the other day. And yes, I want to get together with, you're on the list, James. You're definitely on the list. I've got a bunch of people that I'm supposed to get together with to make a couple of Unleashed videos, which I promised. Oh my God. George, you're one of them. George says, hey, Del, greetings and cheers from the Atomic Ballroom. MKV, I love you, you bastard. And he also says, currently enjoying the summer sabbatical from the studio broadcasts and looking forward to England getting past Croatia later today to get into the World Cup final on Sunday. Stay broadcasting, my friend. Sorry, buddy, but I don't follow soccer because I'm Portuguese. And in all honesty, I hate being Portuguese during this time. It's actually insulting to me, believe it or not, because these flag-waving fucking morons who will go out and tear up the city because they won one fucking game. It bothers me. It really does. But I'm glad that they got knocked out, to be honest with you. I know that Portuguese people are going to hate me for saying that, but I'm glad they got knocked the fuck out. You know why? Because I'm glad that the flags are down. And here's the problem. Because they go and they do all this shit, and then once they lose, the flags disappear. If you're going to be patriotic, do it all year round. I drove a Mini with a UK flag, George. You know I have that goddamn car. I would actually, you know what? My license plate has been expired, and my insurance is not on that car. But if they win the cup, I'll be out there partying with you, George. Because that's on my car. It's a paint job. Anyways, sorry. So James, he says, George, France, England finals. I think he meant to say France. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it, man. George, actually, you're one of those people, and that's why I laughed. You're one of those people that we need to get together. We got to do an Unleashed show. And James too. And I also promised a bunch of other people. They're not watching right now, so I won't mention their names. But you guys are watching, and yes, we got to get together. I'm finally going to see my lady this weekend, and I'm so happy. Sunday night, I'm going to go pick her up. And I haven't seen Shannon in a while, and it's amazing how... I was single for many years. And James, I know you know what I'm talking about. Passion Fruit, by the way, guys, check them out. Awesome website. James is actually helping with Passion Fruit. I think it's Passion Fruit Incorporated. Hold on, let me check. Is that right, James? Passion Fruit Incorporated? You guys can check them out on Facebook. Let me just type it in just to confirm. Passion Fruit Incorporated. So, and James says... New boys' night out. Actually, I'm thinking of doing a brand new show on Reality Radio 101, George and James, called The Dell Room, which we would do once a month, sort of getting back to the old days where there was a show called Boys' Night In. And it's basically just us going on and just having a good fucking time. And no politics, no religion, none of that fucking bullshit. We just go on the air and just have fun. I don't know when it would happen, but it would be once a month. If you guys are interested, let me know. Personal message me. But anyway, so going back to... Fuck, what the hell was I going to bring up? The World Cup. George, if they win... I'll be right with you partying, buddy. And I do have to get together with a lot of these people. I owe you guys, some of you guys I need to get together with, because it's people like yourselves, I'm talking James and George, who actually keep me inspired. I do appreciate what George wrote to me the other day, and I really do appreciate that. And George, to be honest with you, I didn't really have a cough. If Gary sees this, he's going to be really pissed off at me. I just wasn't feeling creative, so I didn't really feel like doing the show. But after doing the show today, obviously I'm here on live, so it helped. It does help, and to be creative sometimes gets your mind off of the other stuff. And that's why, to start way back when I first started this video about my movie, I am seriously considering doing a real feature film. I need funding. Patreon.com/DFH Studios or Patreon.com/Del Morgado Show. I will actually be writing separate tiers depending on how much you donate. So if you donate a certain amount, you can have your name in the credits. You can actually be a part of the film. I want to do a horror film that I actually came up with like about a week ago. And I've been thinking about this concept for a while. And the more I think about it, the more I want to fucking do it. I did mention it to Gary tonight, and we were sort of talking about it. He wants to do sort of like a drama piece, sort of action drama thriller type. So right now he's not really thinking he wants to do a horror film, but this horror film is basically a mix of a whole bunch of horror films. So I've seen a lot of horror films in my day, and this one, I'm not going to say what it is, but it's basically, I'd say 5 movies kind of meshed into one, but it's a different concept. if that makes any sense. As time progresses and when I start to actually develop my concept, got to write a script. I got to try to see if I can find people who's willing to write, because I'm not really a good writer. But I got to, try to get this thing together. I would love to start this thing up. I could do the, not Patreon, but what's the other one? GoFundMe. But I don't know. I don't know if that would work. It might work. But then again, Patreon and OnlyFans haven't really done much. Patreon.com/Morgado Show and OnlyFans.com/Morgado Show. Okay, anyways, I had to say that. But yeah, I definitely, I'm getting the itch. It's been a long time since I've done a amateur movie. Oh, geez, what the hell? I plugged the damn thing in. What, it's not working here? Hold on. Ah, there we go. Didn't hear that noise. Okay. So now the phone is connected. Okay. And James says, can I be killed on screen? Absolutely. I'll fucking kill you. Okay. Hold on. That sounds so bad, but anyways. But when you, who knows, James, maybe we can talk. We can actually try to get something going with it when it comes to this thing. If anything, we can hang out, and I can tell you the concept that I have for this fucking movie. It's fucked. I'll tell you right now. When you hear the concept, because obviously, like I said, I was going through some pretty crazy shit. My brain was just all over the fucking map. And when I came up with this concept, I'm thinking to myself, shit, this movie's fucked up. So, like I said, it's like 5 or 6 movies put together. Just different concepts from different movies that I've seen. What the fuck is this? Oh, because I plugged in my phone. It's giving me some weird fucking pop-up shit. Thank you guys for watching, whoever's watching. Let me see who's watching. Will it actually say? Oh, Joe! Oh, my God. Oh, yeah, Joe. Yeah, I saw you earlier. Sorry. My brain's just not. Maybe it's the 3 beers, but I need some fucking. I got a pork chop in the fridge, like I said. And like I said, also, my pasta. I will not ever eat pasta in a restaurant again. Okay? Because after I started making my own thing, never again. James says, Indiegogo.com lets you keep whatever you make, even if you don't reach your goal. Oh, okay. Good to know. Thank you, sir. Indiegogo. I dig it. All right. Oh, yeah, because the other one, if you don't get to that goal, apparently you don't get any of that money. So there you go. But no, I mean, it's not about the money. Obviously, I need intelligent people to help me with this motherfucker. And obviously, I want to pay for their time. And I got to get actors. I got to get the whole bit. I got to get a real camera. I could borrow cameras from certain people that I know, because I know a couple of people that have HD cameras. And it's just the fact, I mean, I can do an amazing job with no fucking budget. For those of you who have ever seen my G.I. Joe, The Rise of Cobra trailer, you'll understand what I'm talking about. And I'm still making videos with this stuff. But when I did action, I didn't have a budget. Mind you, I did spend a lot of money on G.I. Joe altogether, because I took people out. That's where my money went, because I took them all to restaurants and stuff. I'd say altogether, and plus with the costumes, because, we had a bunch of people, we had to buy certain things. We had to buy the general jacket and all that kind of stuff. So for G.I. Joe, I'd say we spent probably $1,500, if not $2,000 altogether. Okay, for that entire trailer. And me buying food for people, because it's my way of saying thanks, because obviously I couldn't afford to pay them. But, I mean, with this one, I would want to do it for real. And I need some intelligent fucking people to help me with the math. Because it's a horror film, but at the same time, there's some crazy shit going on in this horror film. I want to say stuff, but I can't. Because if I say something, people will probably be like, oh, shit, I could do that. No problem. And then the next thing you know, I see my movie on the big screen, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? That was my idea. And I've actually seen that already. Yeah. Not really the movie that came out, but we already had a concept. Me and my cousins, we came up with a concept for a movie called Valentine's. You remember that piece of shit with Cupid as the killer or whatever? We actually had a concept on that one. So anyway, oh, here we go. George just wrote, there are no England flags on my van, but I do have a couple of England dice hanging from the rear view window. RE, the future, once a month, boys' night, way out, sounds like a plan. Yes! Well, the reason why I want to call it Del Room is because before I stopped doing my show the first time, I had a bunch of fans saying that they were all getting together in what they like to call the Del Room, and they were like, you know, having beers and whatnot and all that kind of stuff. So I think that's the only reason why we kept it as the Del Room. But I like that. Boys' night, way out. Because we're fucking way out. George, you definitely have to be a part of that. And then James, if you want to be a part of that as well, that would be awesome. Thank you, guys. Again, my deepest thank you for watching. That's why I'm still on here, or else I would have stopped this video a fucking long time ago. But yeah, this concept, this movie idea is fucked, to say the least. And the funny thing is I was mentioning it to Gary, and he even turned to me and he said, "Oh, that's a little far-fetched." And we actually looked up. We looked up a bunch of. Okay, I'll give something away. It's about serial killer. So we looked up like serial killers, which caught my. That freaked me out because I thought certain serial killers had more deaths, and apparently not as much as I thought. So the number doesn't have to be a crazy number, because I was thinking like fucking like serial killer, like fucking 100 deaths and things like that. But and Gary made a good point, and I got to give him this. And he said, you know what? If you leave that kind of a trail, you're gonna get caught, right? So, anyways, fuck, what's going on with this fucking battery thing? Hold on. Sorry, guys, I'm having a weird struggle here. I don't know what's going on. Oh, hold on. Sorry. James says, I'm down to help with a movie, Del. Keep me posted. I got some equipment and green screens, etc. I even have people who can do SFX makeup and prosthetics. Awesome. Sorry, I'm trying to plug my shit in. And he also says, great live stream, Del. Thank you. And you know what? I still have yet to watch yours, because I know that you did one on YouTube, and I haven't gotten around to see that. And that would probably actually get my mind off shit too. Which is pretty much why the reason I'm anyway. Joe, he says, Ed Roy and I are at work watching. Good to hear you. Thanks, man. You know what? I would love to come back to Cadbury, man. I miss you guys, and I miss working there. And Ed, I got a bone to pick with you, because I came in that night, and obviously you had a disaster going on downstairs, and I wish that I had seen you that night. It would have been nice. But I did see Ron, which was really cool, and I miss working at Cadbury. I would love to come back, and I tried applying, but they never got back to me. So, guys, Joe, Ed, if you can help me get a job back there, that would be incredible. I would love to. Mind you, I wouldn't be able to do this movie, but whatever. Steady paycheck is probably sometimes a little bit more important. So George responds and he says, Del Room, I'm in. I mean out. I mean in. No way out. You know what I mean. Yes, I do. Always. Always. Actually, tonight I feel bad, George. I'm sorry. I didn't make any reference to you tonight. I'm so bad. I feel so bad. I normally, George, you're awesome. I just got to say, George is probably one of the best broadcasters at realityradio101.com, without a doubt, because he actually has been one of the only people who have actually supported me, and I support him. And, dude, I want you to come back, because you got a great show, The Atomic Ballroom, which can be heard on Tuesdays, or as George would like to say, Tuesdays at 5 o'clock, and you got to check him out, because it's a great show. He'll play any music you want. All you got to do is just write in a request in studio at Gmail. Is that right? In studio at gmail.com? Yeah? Okay. All right. Yeah. So Atomic Ballroom, check it out Tuesdays. When are you coming back, George? That's a good question. And James says, great stuff, Del. Got an early morning. Keep me in the loop. Cheers. I will absolutely do that, my friend, and thank you so much for watching. And yes, we can get together. I don't know when, but now that I'm sort of back in my little brain mindset, correct set, we will definitely get together, sir. I guarantee you we will get together, because I want to do a video with you bitching about Thundercats roar. Yeah. But thank you, my friend, for watching. I highly appreciate it. I don't know what's going on with my freaking phone here. Let me just make sure that the battery is actually charging, because I'm not... It should be working. Hold on, let me try that again. It said the battery was dead, but it keeps telling me that it's dead. I'm just waiting for that sound effect. Oh, there we go. Okay. Whenever I get a notification on my phone, I know that it's charged in. So I don't know who's giving me those likes. Who's giving me the likes? Hold on. See, that's I can't really see that until I actually go and do this thing. So I got a couple of likes. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. I don't even know how long I'm going to do this much longer. I am getting hungry. Oh, Shirley. Oh, my God. Shirley, I haven't seen it in a lot. It seems like the Cadbury folk are the only people awake right now. I miss that job, guys. You have no idea how much I miss Cadbury. Like, best job ever. And I'm not saying that to kiss your ass. I'm telling you, incredible job. I was there for 8 years, and it was just amazing. And what I wouldn't give to go back and just, you know, it was a great job. That's all I got to say about that. I mean, considering what I'm doing now, I mean, I pretty much work every single night. And again, like as I said at the beginning of this video, the payoff sometimes is not that good. Oh, shit. Oops. I just dropped my little fidget toy. Oh, okay. George says, the ballroom will be back in the fall, but we got to do the Unleashed video before then. Yes. Yes, we do. Yes, I know. You're on my list, brother. You're on my list. Things to do. Hang out with George Andrew. You like that? Always. But yeah, so we definitely have to get together, brother. Seriously. And I you know what, now that I'm sort of back in the mindset, we're gonna make that happen. I guarantee you. So we'll email each other after this and we'll figure something out. Like I said, I haven't been in the right mindset lately, and that's the only reason why I never got back to you, really. But now, again, thanks to Shannon, Gary, and Nigel, and now you guys for watching. I appreciate it. I really do. But going back to Cadbury, I worked there for 8 years, and it was a great time. And working now, doing what I do now, there's no guaranteed check, and it kind of sucks. You know, when you're depending on people, you know, to pay your bills, it gets a little difficult when you have shitty nights. I haven't had a night off, I'd say, in about solid working every single night for about 2 weeks, maybe 3. And I really needed a night off. And that's why I hung out with Nigel tonight, and we had a couple of beers, and I had a third one. I feel like grabbing another one, and I probably will, but I do need some food, or else, you know, I'm going to be, like, regretting it. But shit, man, I actually did talk about a lot of shit tonight, didn't I? Wow. So, anyways, guys, I do appreciate the fact that you're watching. I really do. And especially after I've had no views for the past few videos, it gets to you after a while. But the fact that you guys are watching, I really, really highly appreciate it. And I do thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you, everybody. Again, once more, I'm thinking about doing a film, a real movie. This is not going to be a joke. This is not going to be an amateur movie. In other words, I want to get an original soundtrack. I want to get an original. I want cast. I need a script writer. I need real cameras. And thank you, James, for offering all that stuff. Green screen's not really an issue, but who knows? You never know. If you guys feel the need to want to be a part of this film, I will do different tiers on my Patreon page, which is patreon.com/DFH Studios. I'm going to keep them separated. I will do different tiers for that. So I will have, if you donate a certain amount, you can have your name in the credits, or you can also be a part of the film, you know, depending on how much you donate. And also, if I get the right people on board, obviously, you'll be a part of the film in some way or other, being costumes, or not really much costumes needed, but just, you know, stuff that obviously needs to be done on a film. Obviously, patreon.com/DFH Studios. If this does happen, it would be amazing. I know that a lot of people go to different fundraising pages. Thank you, James, for giving me that one. I will look into that. Indiegogo, I think that's what it was. I got to look back in the comments. But thank you guys for watching. I'm going to go grab a pork chop because I have it sitting in my fridge ready to go. Have some pork chop. And like my pork chop, like Portuguese. And I will hopefully see you guys again soon. Again, thank you very much for watching. You can go to my original pages if you want to donate to the show. Patreon.com/Del Morgado Show or OnlyFans.com/Del Morgado Show. All my content right now is free. I used to charge $5 for it, but now it's all free. Just because I need to get a little bit of traction. I need to build a little bit of an audience. So that's the only reason it's free. And hopefully if you guys donate, that would be incredible. $1, that's all I ask. It'd be amazing. George, oh, here we go. He says, do you need a guest in the next few Tuesdays on the Del Morgado Show? I am available. Absolutely. Next week, no good. I got a surprise guest coming in next week. But if you want to come in the week after, fucking yeah, absolutely. 100%, George. You are always welcome on the Del Morgado Show. Your old time slot, by the way. So absolutely, yes. In 2 weeks, you can be on the show no matter what. Absolutely. You're in. You're done. Done. You're on the show. 2 weeks. Done. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much again from the bottom of my heart. And I am glad to be back, and I'm glad to be doing these videos, and I hope you found this video entertaining. And if you didn't, make a comment. Let me know what I need to do to improve. Maybe I need a better background, or, maybe more beers might actually do it. Maybe if I'm drunk, it might do it. And then George says, you got it. Awesome. So I'll see you in 2 weeks, my friend. Yes, always. And as as George would like to say, stay dancing, my friends. And thank you guys for watching. And you guys have a great night, great day, whatever you want to call it. And I will definitely see you soon, man. Take care. Bye-bye.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Dr. Nick.
Hi, Shannon.
I just want to say thank you to my lovely lady, Shannon, for being a part of the radio show tonight.
Yay.
That is, of course, the Del Morgado Show, which you can hear every week on what day?
Tuesdays.
Tuesdays at 9 p.m. Live on Reality Radio 101. Okay. Nobody's watching. That's okay. Bye-bye.
We're going to go eat now.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going to go to Denny's.
Yay.
I got to turn it off. Hold on.